Today we see about the topic is production of fermented foods. What is fermented foods? Introduction of fermented food. Fermented foods are an extremely important part of human diet and worldwide many contribute to as much as one third of human diet. What is the fermented food? Butter, cheese, bread, fermented vegetables, fermented meat, etc. The scope of the food fermentation is producing the alcoholic beverages, fermented milk, and vegetable products to genetically engineered superbugs to carry out efficient fermentation to treatment and utilization of the waste and overall producing nutrients and safe products with appealing qualities. Definition of the fermented food. Fermented foods are those food produced by the modification of the raw materials of either animal or vegetable origin by the activities of microorganisms. Bacteria, yeast, and molds can be used to produce the diverse range of products that differ from the flavor, texture, and stability from the original raw materials. Our fermented foods are those foods which are subjected to action of microorganisms or enzymes to get desirable biochemical changes and cause significant modification to food. What is the types? Fermented cereals products, example bread and idli. Fermented dairy products, curd and cheese. Fermented fish products, fish paste and fish sauce. Fermented rice and shrimp. Fermented fruit and vegetable products, sauerkraut. Fermented legumes, kombucha or water kefir. Fermented meat products, ham and sausages. Fermented beverages, beer and wine. First, we say about fermented dairy products. Fermented milk products, also known as cultured dairy foods, cultured dairy products, or cultured milk products, are dairy foods that have been fermented with lactic acid bacteria such as lactobacillus, lactococcus, and leuconostoc. The fermentation process increases the shelf life of the product while enhancing the taste and improving the digestibility of milk. First, we say about kefir. Kefir has been referred to as the champagne of fermented dairy product. It is beverages product by the action of lactic acid bacteria, yeast, and acetic acid bacteria on milk, which produces a distinctive fermented milk product with unique properties. It is produced by adding a starter culture called kefir grains directly to milk. The kefir grains are a mass of several different bacteria and yeasts embedded in a complex matrix of protein and carbohydrate. Traditionally, prepared kefir contain 1 to 2% of the alcohol due to the complex fermentive process of the kefir grains, but new and improved production methods have resulted in much lower levels. The mouthfeel of kefir described to be prickly and sparkly. Cow's Mary's milk has a higher sugar content than cow's and goat's milk, and as a result, cow's has a slightly higher alcohol content than kefir. Today, cow's milk is generally used for the cow milk, with the addition of sugar to better approximate the composition of Mary's milk. And next, yogurt. Yogurt is produced by the controlled fermentation of milk by two species of bacteria, Lactobacillus bulgaris and Lactobacillus thrombophilus. The lactose is fermented to lactic acid and it is the one which causes the characteristics curd to form. Streptococcus thermophilus brings the pH of the milk down to 5.5. Lactobacillus vulgaris converts lactose to lactic acid. Proteolytic enzymes from Lactobacillus bulgaris break down milk protein into peptides. These peptides stimulates the growth of the Lactobacillus thrombophilus, which in turn produce the formic acid and carbon dioxide. These are grown stimulates for the Lactobacillus vulgaris. Sour cream comes in full fat, low fat and fat free varieties. Cultured buttermilk. Because of its name, most people assume buttermilk is in high in fat. Actually, the name refers to the fact that buttermilk was once a watery end product of butter making. Modern buttermilk is made from low fat or skim milk and has less than 2% fat and sometimes no. Its correct name in many jurisdictions in cultured low fat milk or cultured non fat milk. The starting ingredient for buttermilk is skim or low fat milk. The milk is pasteurized at 82 to 88 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes or at 90 degrees Celsius for 2 to 3 minutes. This heating process is done to destroy and naturally acquiring bacteria and to denature the protein in order to minimize weighing off. The milk is then cooled 22 degrees Celsius under starter cultures of the desirable bacteria such as the Streptococcus lactis, Streptococcus erythromoris, Leuconostoxytrovarum, and Lactobacillus dextranicum are added develop the buttermilk's acidity and unique flavor. These organisms may be used singly or in combination to obtain the desired flavor. The ripening process takes about 12 to 14 hours. At the correct stage of the acid and flavor, the product is gently stirred to break the curd and is cooled to 7.2 degrees Celsius in order to halt fermentation. It is then packaged and refrigerated. Methods of manufacture of traditional fermented foods. Traditional fermented products are those products which then indigenous to people and people of the local area prepare them with the help of their ethnic knowledge from the ancestors. Mainly four types: traditional dairy products, dahi, strickant; fermented charals, legumine product, tokila; fermented vegetables and fruits product, zinc; fermented food product, hence traditional dairy products, dagi. Traditionally, dagi is naturally fermented product obtained from the boiled cow or buffalo milk and stored using the lactic cultures or lactococcus lactic acid. Lactic and lactococcus lactis species, cremoris and lactobacillus diet is used separately or in combination. It is used in daily diet as the potential source of the B complex vitamins, folic acid and riboflavin. Taggy is rich in lactic acid bacteria and it demonstrates the probiotic effect which helps them intestinal health as a help in the controlling diarrhea in children. Lactic acid bacteria produce bioactive compounds such as the diacetyl hydrogen peroxide and retain suppress the normal growth of undesirable flora, especially equally Bacillus subtilis and Staphylococcus aureus. Procedure: receiving of milk and preheating of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius and filtration and clarification, standardization, preheating in 60 degrees Celsius, homogenization, pasteurization, cooling, addition of starter culture, packaging, incubation, tahi, cooling and storage. Strickant and Strickanto. Strickanto is the sweet and dewatered dahi. It is very popular in western and some parts of the southern India. It is prepared mainly by cow milk or buffalo milk. It has a distinctive rich flour and a fairly long shelf life. To prepare the Strickant dahi as suspended is a muslin cloth and all free water has drained off. The semi-solid mass is then whisked with sugar through fine cloth, colored and scanted with saffron or rose water and flavored with cardamom if desired. To further extend the shelf life of the stricanta, preparation of the stricanta, which is the experimentally desiccated stricant, is made. The dewatered dagi is mixed with an equal amount of sugar by weight and dried in an open pan at low heat. When the mass begins to harden, it is tested for the stickiness. The non-sticky product is flavored and colored. Powdered sugar is further added as desired. The product is mixed, rolled, cut into shapes and packed like biscuits. The product yield is about 50% of the original weight of milk. And traditionalist curd is prepared following several steps. Milk is heated and then cooled to room temperature. Preparation of curd and ghee by culturing milk with a natural starter is then undertaken. Curd is obtained and then transferred into muslin cloth and hung for 12 to 18 hours to remove the whey. Chakka or solid mass obtained is mixed with a specified amounts of sugar, color and savoring materials and species and then blended a smooth and homogeneous consistency. Pulps of fruits, apple, mango, papaya, banana, guava and sapota are introduced thoroughly. Cocoa powder with or without papaya pulp is also used. Fermented cereal and a legume product, Tokla. Tokla is the indigenous fermented food found mainly in the Gujarat and Maharashtra state. It is prepared by the fermentation of the Bengal gram and rice. The method of preparation is the same as the idli, but it is steamed openly rather than covered as in done in idli preparation. During fermentation, lactic acid bacteria contribute to short taste due to the increased acidity of the product and improve the flavor. Starter culture used as the bacteria. It produces the folic acid and help making the sponginess in the food by increasing the batter value. Preparation: Bengal gram dal, white polished rice. Washed is soaked to 4 to 6 hours. Wash the soak for 4 to 6 hours. Grind finely in a mortar with Bengal gram. Grind coarsely in a mortar with the white polished rice. Combine the slurries. Add approximately 1 part curd. Incubated overnight in a warm place. Add green chilies and table salt. Add butter. Greasy plate system in suitable pan. Cut into the region for the coriander leaves, green chilies, mustard and the asafoda. Finally, get the product is Tokla. And next, fermented vegetables and fruits products. It is the shinki. It is the non-salted fermented radish taproot of the gurka and grank drip and the shikim prepared the fermentation of the 1 meter deep wheat which is plastered with mud and warmed by burning. It is prepared by washing of radish, cut into small pieces and dried under sunlight in naglu for 3 to 4 days. Dried pieces are packed in polythene and placed inside a pit. The pit is covered with howtek and soil paste and left for over 15 days for fermentation. Microorganisms observed the Lactobacillus fermentum, Lactobacillus brevis, and Lactobacillus plantar. It has the acidic flavor mostly used in soup and pickle. It contains the 14.5% of the protein, 2.5% of the fat, and 11.3% of the ash of dry weight. It is an effective appetizer, causes diarrhea, stomach pain, and consumed mostly during lean period. Fermented fish product, hentek. Hentek is the ball-like thick paste prepared by fermentation of the mixture of sun-dried fish powder and the petioles of the aroid plants in Manipur. The mixture is kept in the earthen pot and fermented for 7 to 9 days. It becomes to be eaten only after 2 weeks of completed fermentation, giving proper texture and aroma to the dish. The microflora of the hentek is in Bacillus cereus and Bacillus subtilis, Staphylococcus aureus, Enterococcus faecium, and Candida species. However, on being stored a few months and balls harden within, be used to reserve food by pounding into the paste with a little water and stored as balls. Hentak is consumed as curry as well as condiment with boiled rice. Sometimes it is given women the final stage of their pregnancy and patients recovering from the sickness or injury. A reference. Thank you for watching this video.